we were discussing about the chapter number 6, that is how plants make food. We have just finished the lesson in the previous class. Today I will give you a quick revision of the full lesson. Please try to understand it. So whenever you look around, there are many plants and they all look green. So most plants that you see are green in color. And why they are green in color? Because of the green leaves. All the plants there are many leaves on the plants and they all are green in color. So why are the leaves green in color? So there is a substance called chlorophyll which is present in the leaves, which gives the leaves green color. Right? Chlorophyll gives the green color to the leaves, and this chlorophyll is important for plants to make food. It is necessary for plants to make food. So only green color plants, means the plants which are having green color leaves, make the food. Non-green living things like mushroom, they cannot make their own food because they do not have chlorophyll. Now plants make their own food, right? And the process by which plants make their food is called photosynthesis. So plants are the plants are the living things that make their own food on their own by the process called photosynthesis. This photosynthesis word is made with the help of two different words, that is photo and synthesis. As you can see in the slide, photo means light. Light means sunlight. Okay, and synthesis means putting together, or you can also say to make. Okay, so leaves, with the help of water from the soil that they get from the soil and carbon dioxide from the air and sunlight, make food. They use all these things to make food. And where this food is made? Food is made in the leaves. So leaves are also called the food factory of the plants. You can say leaves are called the food factory of the plants because leaves makes the food for the plant. You can see in the picture, from the sunlight, light is taken by the leaves. Carbon dioxide is taken from the air and the food is made, which is in the form of the starch. And in this process, oxygen, you can see the arrow, it is going up. Oxygen is released. Means we get the oxygen from the plants in this process. Now, see, how do plants get the water? Because water is also needed to make the food. So water needed to make food is taken up from the soil by the roots. We give the plants water or rainwater also that goes into the soil, that is taken up by the roots and that goes to the stem. Of the stem to the leaves. Now on the leaves, there are small lines. Okay, those are the tubes. These tubes take the water to all parts of the leaf. Means all the leaves are having small tubes. They are called the veins. They take the water which is from the root. It comes to the stem, and from the stem, these tubes, they take the water to all parts of the leaf, and they are called the veins. So this is how leaf gets the water. Now carbon dioxide. How carbon dioxide is taken in this process? So it is also taken by the leaves. On the underside of the leaves, if you see, there you cannot see it by naked eye, but there are very small openings called stomata present on the underside of the leaf, and they trap the air which is which blows. The air enters the leaves through these openings and it gets trapped into the stomata, and then the stomata gets closed. You can see in the picture, in the open stomata, the air gets trapped and then the stomata gets closed. And this is how the carbon dioxide is taken in by the leaves from the air to make the food. Then sunlight. Sunlight, how sunlight is taken? Sunlight, you see, sunlight is everywhere in the daytime. So the energy is provided uh, from the sunlight, which is needed to make the food. And part of the sunlight falling on the leaf is trapped by the chlorophyll. You know, the the leaves, they are upright. They stand upright, facing the sun. Means whenever the it is sun falls on the leaves, the chlorophyll uh, traps the energy of the sun. And see down, the equation is shown. Means what happens in this process is shown: sunlight plus carbon dioxide plus water. All these things, with the help of chlorophyll, in the process of photosynthesis, they make the starch and oxygen. So starch is the food which the plants make for themselves, right? That is the kind of food that they make, and also oxygen is also released. Now, how this how this food is used by the plants? So plants make food using the energy of sunlight. Leaves changes water and carbon dioxide into the kind of sugar which is the food of the plants. This is I am just repeating. Now, this food is taken through the veins and the stem to see. The food is prepared in the leaves. Now, from the leaves, the food is passed to all parts of the plant, like stem to the roots. So, through the, and that happens again through the veins. Then plant use some food to grow larger. Whatever food is prepared of that, some food is used to grow larger. Some of the food is used to make seed and fruit of the plant. Some food is stored in their roots and stem, and part of the food is used for repairing damages of plant. If plant get damaged somehow, it can also get repaired themselves by using this food. Then some plants store sugar or starch in fruits that we eat. Okay, so whatever food it is, it gets distributed like this, and we eat the plant products. Okay, so see, here are the, okay, so those whatever plant products we eat, they they are having the food stored by the plant in there. Okay, now plants and animals depend on each other, that okay, because during photosynthesis, leaves take in carbon dioxide and air from air and gives out oxygen. So we need oxygen that we get from the plants, and plants need carbon dioxide that we give. How we give? When we exhale. Okay, when we exhale, carbon dioxide is released into the air, and when we inhale, we take in oxygen. So animals inhale oxygen from the air and exhale carbon dioxide while breathing. You can see in the picture, in the presence of sunlight, the plants make its food, and then oxygen is released, which is taken up by the animals. In inhalation process, we need the oxygen, and when we exhale, we give out carbon dioxide, which is again taken up by the plants, so that they can also they can also benefit from the animals, and we also get benefits from the plants. So this shows that animals depend on plants for oxygen, and plants depend on animals for carbon dioxide. This is how they depend on each other. Now there is also one more a thing that shows that we depend on each other. Like, see, plant food. Plants are eaten up by the herbivores. Herbivore animals, they eat plants, and herbivores are eaten by the carnivores. Omnivores are the living things that eat both herbivores, and they eat plant food also and animal food also. So this shows that all animals depend on the plant for their food, directly or indirectly. You can see in the picture, herbivores eat the plants, and again herbivores are eaten by the carnivores. So they are indirectly carnivores are dependent on the plants. So this is how in the environment plants and animals are dependent on each other for their living. Then see, in nature, this is how a balance is maintained between the number of plants and animals. Okay, and because there is a balance, plants get enough carbon dioxide. You see, they need the food, so the number of animals are there. They when they exhale carbon dioxide, that is taken up by the plants, and in return, when plants make the food in the process of photosynthesis, the oxygen is given. So because there is a balance, plants get enough carbon dioxide to make food, and animals get food and oxygen from plants. Right? The food, what we eat from the plants, like in the form of fruit and vegetables. Okay, and in addition to that, we also get oxygen from plants. So the balance in nature will be disturbed if the number of plants or animals increase or decrease greatly. You can understand, because plants are important for us, and for plants also animals are important. So we are dependent on each other, and to maintain this balance in the nature, the numbers should also be proper. They should be in the proportion. So the number should not increase or decrease greatly. Means both the numbers should be same, almost same. So this is how the balance is maintained in the nature. So for that we should protect our nature, means we should protect the plants and also other animals to make sure that its balance is not disturbed. Otherwise it will be a big problem for us. And for that we should also plant the trees. So I hope you have understand everything well. So I take your leave. Thank you, and do the revision.